Hello, I'm Anisha, the editor of Identity. Today, we are bringing together our community, thanks to GLAZE Granite and Marble, to discuss a range of topics given the current geopolitical situation that impacts us here in the UAE. From supply chain disruptions to changing client demands, we are here to explore how the design community can respond proactively by rethinking processes, materials, and business models to remain agile and future ready. We have a panel of stalwarts here from the industry. Please introduce yourselves and the companies or the firms that you work for.
I'm here from GLAZE. We are the largest supplier of all the surface solutions you could ever need, from marble to porcelain, in the entire region.
My name is Masoomeh Hilal. I'm the founder and creative director for Masoomeh Hilal Design. We're an interior design studio based here in Dubai. And we primarily work on residential projects. We've done a bit of commercial work as well.
My name is Aleksandra. I'm founder of Mojse Design Studio. We are a boutique company focusing on residential and commercial projects. However, we do here and there hospitality as well.
Hi, I'm Stuart Allen from Allen Architecture Interiors Design. I'm Managing Director and Founder.
My name is Amber Alston. I'm an Associate Director with Bluehaus, a TP Bennett company. We're a multidisciplinary firm. We have in-house architecture, interior design and MEP. We predominantly focus on large-scale commercial projects as our bread and butter. And yeah, that's a bit about us.
What are the projects that you're currently working on before, things started kicking off here in the region?
So, we currently got about 38 ongoing projects within in the business. I'll speak about our larger ongoing projects. We have a multi-floor tower for ENBD in Dubai. We're also working on ADGM, also a large tower in Abu Dhabi. We've also got many ongoing projects in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, currently in KAFT, multiple floors. Also the executive office. So those are the biggest ongoing projects currently that are, focusing our resources on.
What about you, Stuart?
Currently, we're very involved in Doha, Saudi Arabia and the UAE. In Saudi, in Riyadh, we're doing Qadia's headquarters in Lisan Valley. We're doing diplomatic quarters for Qadir, and we're doing digital city for Qadir. And we're also working on for a project called for Olian OFC and doing a development complex for them in Riyadh. Also working on PIF projects. Here in Dubai, in the UAE, we're working on a couple of private members clubs, one downtown and then one in Saadiyat Island. And we have ongoing projects for Eton we're working with, and many other projects.
Masoomeh, what about you?
So currently we're working on primarily a lot of residential projects, a few in Abu Dhabi, a lot in Dubai based, some renovational projects in Emaar properties like in Dubai Hills and in the Meadows. So most of our projects are residential since we're a boutique firm. And so we've got about 5 or 6 things running at the moment before all of this has started. And we're hoping it keeps coming in slowly, and we're able to carry on doing what we do.
Yeah. Aleksandra, what about you?
For us, it's been a very busy month, regardless of the situation. So we've been working on a couple of projects here in Dubai, and it's been a very busy month, regardless of the current situation. We also have 2 ongoing projects in Europe. And here in Dubai, we are working on several projects with Marriott, as well as several developments with the developers and end users, from commercial to residential projects. And everything is going smooth.
So when the situation first started, what were some of the questions that the clients first asked you or told you as you're going through those projects?
To be honest, we had a discussion with all of our clients individually to understand what's their point of view on all this. They didn't have much questions, but they wanted to move on, regardless of the situation. Even appointing new contractors, that went ahead, so nothing was disturbed. They were hesitant of the pricing, for example, and how will this impact long term on the pricing of materials, but so far we didn't have any issues.
Right. Stuart, what about you?
The first thing, we reached out to our clients. We put letters and phone calls out to people, explaining to them the situation, that we're still working. There were a lot of unknowns to deal with at the beginning, but we were doing everything that we can, and we wanted complete transparency on how we're working, whether we're working from home or disrupted working, etc., on how we would do that. The second most important thing was obviously safety for our staff in a situation where we were implementing, making sure everyone had the capability, they had to leave or work from home or still be in the office. So I think the biggest thing was about communication. The clients have no idea what's happening. We don't know what's happening. No one knows what's happening. So the best thing you can do is communicate.
Charul, from a supplier perspective, how did that impact Glaze?
I mean, for us, our primary focus is really the luxury segment. So most of these projects, they're homeowners, they're business owners, they're developers. So for most of these people, they've made a commitment to a long-term investment. And, the construction industry is very slow, doesn't really respond quickly or easily in that way. So we haven't really seen a big change in terms of demand or projects, being disrupted. Maybe some deadlines are changing in the short term, but, that's to be expected. And, we're able to accommodate that. And we always say, one of our biggest strengths as a supplier is that we have the biggest inventory. We've always got exactly what you need and then 5 alternatives. We have, at any given point, maybe 60 containers out at sea. Now that's maybe closer to 100, but we're making it work and we have a great team. And, so far things are a little complicated logistically, but we haven't really seen a big change. I think we'll probably have to wait a few months to even see any sort of adjustment in the market.
The residential side, what are the...
Yeah, I mean, even for us, the month has been a busy month because, work has to carry on. People have made that commitment. You've started a renovation, you've started your renovation project. So maybe we've seen people becoming a little price conscious. So if there's a particular material that we can replace with something else because it just means to be more cost effective, we've been able to do that. But if with residential clients, most of the time, if they've committed to doing something already and we've started, the projects are continuing. And so we haven't, in fact, I feel like this month it's been busy. Ramadan was busy, it's been busy post-Eid. But yes, there has been a little bit. I think we will see a few delays here and there, but that's expected, right?
What are you seeing, Amber, on your side of things, not just locally, but also maybe Saudi Arabia, where you have quite a few projects ongoing?
Yeah, so we can all agree that we work with the clients for a very long time to get to potentially a point where we in fit out or under construction and things like that. So it's months, maybe years till we get to this point. So the client is, extremely invested. We're very grateful for our clients that have, given us continued trust, support, and we are carrying on. There's a roadmap that's been planned a year in advance. That roadmap continues. We are facing a little bit of challenges, obviously, in CAFT. There's been some site closures, depending on the situation, to making sure everyone's safety. However, when it does open, the team is immediately there, responsive. Everyone's working remotely or online. So we're trying to just navigate the situation. Again, communication with the client, the contractors, on what's happening, which I must say the team has been doing wonderfully. So yeah, everyone is carrying on full force ahead and still remaining positive.
Stuart, in terms of a founder, you've got a lot of people to take care of at your firm. So how are you managing your employees as well when they're going through this time?
We're showing some compassion. We're being measured in what we're doing. We're not over exaggerating expectations. The key thing is my role is to protect them from the client's expectations, because some clients, although understand what's going on, they think that we're resilient and can deliver and do everything that we're supposed to be doing. which most of the time we can, but we just need a little bit of compassion, a bit of understanding on how we deliver and how we move forward with what's going on. Big thing for them is flexibility, kind of adjusting your flaps on the wings so people can move about freely, and whether it's flexible hours and working, whether it's working from home, coming into the office, or people have decided with children that they need to travel out of the country and working from remote areas. It's about providing that flexibility and that understanding, and then security.
What about you, Aleksandra, as a founder of your own design firm? How are you managing it among your employees?
So for me, it was very important to have my team safe and that they feel comfortable to work, especially the first weekend after everything that happened. Monday, we had a weekly meeting, and my first questions and the way I started the meeting wasn't to discuss about the projects, of course. It was to understand how they feel. Do they even feel comfortable working? Because at the beginning, it was a little bit unstable. We were not sure what will happen, but then down the line, even they said they prefer to work, because I was ready to tell them, okay, let's not work today maybe. But for them, they wanted to work. They said they prefer to work and be distracted and think less about what's happening. So they found comfort in work, which of course there was a lot of work happening anyways. So that was a relief. From my side, that they felt safe. And then anyways, we work from home very often. We go to the office only when we need to meet the clients, or when we need to discuss something with materials and go to material library. But the team is now at home. They're feeling comfortable, they feel safe, and very often we will meet now. We meet nowadays even more often than before, just because I want to make them more comfortable.
Charul, what about you?
We're always, want to have architects come and visit us in the yard and see the materials that they're working with. With a material like natural stone and even engineered stone, you really need to have an understanding of the material at the large scale, at the scale that you're actually going to be using the product, not just the small sample that we give you, which we love giving you, but it's not always the best tool. What we will say is we're able to help our team and help our designers in other ways. So we have a number of in-house brands like Nobilita and Kozo for engineered surfaces. So with these brands, we're able to, respond to the market really quickly, whether that's, designers telling us, hey, we don't like this bright blue material you've come up with, or, homeowners coming to us and say, hey, we really want to use this on our countertop and not our floors. Can you change the thickness? Can you adjust the price? We're able to make these executive decisions really quickly. And I think that is a really game-changing tool in terms of being able to support the design community and development in general.
In terms of the requirement for different materials, I want to go to the price point, because a lot of you have mentioned price point as being a current challenge, or some asked by clients to cut costs or to look at different ways. So have you tried to look locally, or have you tried to look at maybe a different supplier that is able to meet the demands here?
So while we've been like take an example of this project we're working on with a private developer who's invested in a villa and is looking to renovate it. We had purchased most of the materials, but there is stuff that was pending to be purchased. So now we're having to perhaps pick from items that are either in stock from suppliers and be price conscious, and at the same time without compromising quality and standard. But yes, there is clients wanting to be a little bit more price conscious, especially if you're working with a private developer who's looking to renovate a villa and then put it back on the market. So it's just about making sure we're spending money on the materials that are required to, and then trying to balance it out with things that are maybe not that necessary in the project, or balance it out like that. But we've been trying to work with things that are in stock mostly, without compromising the design.
To you, Amber, have you experienced some cost-cutting measures or attempts to try to find stock somewhere else, or reprioritizing or rechanging?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've always faced this challenge no matter what, even before this situation, the crisis. But currently, I could say, I think we're a little bit more pressured to make decisions because of there's an extended lead time for products and materials. So we're a little bit, I feel like the review period between the designers and client is a lot more pressurized. You can't sit weeks in deciding, you need to decide today, tomorrow. So this is what I can kind of pick up, that we're trying to just to make sure that everything is ordered on time, so we can, allow for that maybe potential increase in lead time. Also, again, looking at alternatives in terms of locally available items. You said already items that are in stock. So those are all things that we've been working on previously. So it's just kind of going into that pocket and using it a little bit more.
What about you, Stuart?
I think with materials, understanding that there's going to be a limited supply in certain things. I think you also have to change your mindset a little bit about how you design and be maybe a little more creative with materials that are available and use them in a different way. Certain things you can design where the material is the superstar, and if that's not available, it's very hard to keep the integrity of what you've designed just by substituting that material. So I think understanding what's in stock, what's here, what's local, what's available, understand the quality of that, and then design with that mindset. I think everyone has to adjust in a certain way on how they do things.
And in terms of staying creative during this time, what are some of your anchors that you reach out to during the process?
You want names? We're interior designers. We deal with floors, ceilings, walls, furniture. We need to understand what's there, what can get here, what's available, what's in stock, and understand the price points of what these materials now become, because they become more valuable because they're a limited resource, on how to use that. So again, it's just informing yourself, educating yourself on what's available, and working with people, and then opening your eyes to working with different people, not always using the same kind of resource, because there's so many different people out here with so many different products and so many different things that not all of us are going to know. So I think really opening your eyes, expanding and thinking outside the box, it's important.
I agree with him definitely, because we are I think we are very lucky to be in Dubai, because Dubai has so many different suppliers and so many different options, and I think now we are becoming a little bit more creative and digging and doing the research to understand what is available on the market, what we can use locally. So, but so far we are not at Mojse, we are not facing a lot of issues, especially because Dubai is catering to our audience very well. So we do have a lot of different options. Some of the projects as well are long-term, so we don't know what will happen 6 months from now. Maybe everything will be done in 2 to 3 months, and then everything will go back to normal. So we also need to have that perspective as well in mind. But definitely some projects that are right now at the site and that are going to site, whatever has been specified that is coming from abroad, will have to be respecified and will have to be locally sourced.
I think clients have also the option, we can air freight stuff can come in to a certain extent.
Air freight has been an option.
Giving the clients the option, saying, okay, this is what's available, this isn't available, but you can pay extra to get this air freighted. Again, it's all about communication.
There are ways. It's going to take time. It's going to maybe cost a little bit more. I was just telling them we had a kitchen shipped from Italy through Oman, for example, and then it was delivered to Dubai with trucks.
We're having some of our clients' furniture that was ordered in Italy, we're having that air shipped. So we're not going to face any delays there. But I think we're also going to just start looking more locally. Like there's a lot of local talent. There are a lot of things you can customize here locally. There are a lot of furniture brands that I actually do work with locally. So with that, I think there will be this shift on back to kind of like during COVID. There was a bit of a shift where people then really started looking at the local talent. And that has improved over the years. There's a lot of local talent for us to work with.
Charul, as a local and a homegrown company, how do you guys stay competitive with the market as it is at the moment?
Our niche has always been having this incredible depth of materials, and our specialization, if you could say that, has always been Italian marble. We kind of think of the UAE as this sort of magical mirage of luxury in the middle of the desert, and people have great taste here. People like beautiful materials that are meant to last and be around for their grandkids to look at and still enjoy, and for them to still be in style. And because we are a local company and we want the market to succeed, we want to make sure that our prices make sense. And because of our large stock, we aren't really under any pressure. We plan our inventory more than a year in advance. So, we're stocked, we're ready to go. We also process, more than 150 blocks of marble in Italy ourselves. And those are kind of like our fail-safe. If the world were to end, every quarry were closed, we would still have enough marble to build another Sheikh Zayed Mosque.
What were like the first moves when you got to know the situation happened? I know sometimes, especially as those of you who are business owners, it might be can present itself as a very challenging situation. And what were some of your first moves in terms of making sure there's enough cash flow, making sure that your clients are reassured that things are going to continue? Things may be delayed, but they will happen.
When things first happened, of course, there was a moment of panic, but let's not panic. So it was a bit of a pause, take a deep breath. And of course, we emailed our clients and told them we're working, work will continue as planned. However, of course, we might face some delays, which are unclear at the moment because obviously none of us knew how long things were going to last or how things were going to pan out. But I think there was a moment of pause, and financially speaking with the company, we always anyway planned, like you should be okay for 6 months to a year, right? So from that perspective, I think we're okay. But I've taken this thing of, you take each day at a time, and every day is a new day, and, just stay just do your thing and just go with it every day. And we've been going like that, and I think it's really helped us. We prefer going into the studio rather than working from home. We felt that that's been really good for us as a team. We've been able to, be creative, because if someone's feeling a little scared one day or someone's feeling a little, it's really worked for everyone to be together. But yeah, initially there was that pause of, okay, wow, we're going to have to, but it's been fine. It's worked out slowly.
For me, it was first to take care of the team, to understand how they feel, as I said earlier. Then talking to clients to understand what's happening with the project. Do they want to continue? Do they want to put them on pause for time being? Luckily, only one project went on hold, the rest went on. So in terms of cash flow, what she was saying, we were fine. I'm just worried how will this impact on long term, because I did notice slowdown with new projects coming in. For the first month, the negotiations still kept on. The RFPs were coming in, but then now I see a slowing down with all this, and new clients are not willing to step in and sign new projects, buy new lands, for example. So this is something for the cash flow that will have an impact, but in terms of right now, for the next couple of months, we are still good.
In the commercial sector, we're finding we are still getting RFPs coming through. Businesses are still investing in here, whether they're current business here or new businesses coming in, or if they're government institutions, they want to get work done now. So we are finding that. So it was important for us to make sure that we've got new work coming in. It's important for us to secure the existing clients that we do have, that they're still paying, and to make sure that we're delivering. To take care of the delivering, we take care of our team. We also like working in the office, being in the office environment. For the first few weeks, we gave the people the flexibility of you can come to the office or work from home. But as of next week, we are asking everyone to come back into the office under the current situation. That will forever change. But yeah, it's just making sure that money's coming in so we can send money out and then look after the people that represent us and do our work.
What about you, Amber?
So I know that when this first initial scare happened, everyone went immediately into remote working. Obviously, the well-being and safety of the team is Bluehaus's top priority. Right now, we're all back in the office full time, but again, we just always need to be very empathetic. Everyone manages this crisis different. I might be fine, happy to go to the office, but then might be someone else that really can't manage and really they can work from home or they travel home. So it's just being very understanding on everyone's circumstances. Everyone's different. Some people have children, some people don't. That also impacts obviously the ability to come to the office or not. And then again, I think our pipeline is good. Currently, we are very busy with our current projects, thank goodness, and that's enough work to last us still for a couple months ahead. And yeah, our pipeline's looking good. We have received many RFPs. Again, just a little bit worried on the decision making of those. No one, we don't know. Some people aren't approving. Things are kind of just paused a little bit. However, the projects are still on. Nothing's on hold. Everything's powering forward. But there has been a bit of a slow down in terms of making decisions and a senior management leadership from those businesses requesting.
Is it because they think they just want to wait and watch kind of an approach as opposed
Probably.
to?
I can understand from their point of view. I think in the next few weeks we'll hopefully find out and get the confidence back into UAE from any further investment, and that about can be pushed to start that again or to make a decision.
So is this mainly in the UAE or
I think,
Saudi as well?
A bit of everywhere, yeah, in the region, projects within the region. So a lot of the decisions, we're just waiting again for the signature to say, okay guys, you can go, let's start.
It depends also on who are your clients. For example, my developer clients, they slow down a little bit, but not with ongoing projects. All ongoing projects are still on, but the new ones, signing new ones, that's a little bit slower, because end of the day also they slow down with purchasing land. They are just preparing their pipelines, but they're still not ready to put consultants on board. However, in the other hand, with the operators, it's a totally different story, because operators see now opportunity to shut down the hotels and do the renovation. So there is a lot of projects and a lot of opportunities.
It differs between sectors, as you said. Hospitality, people are taking the opportunity because tourism is down right now. You see in commercial, people are still pushing forward. Residential, I imagine there is a drop for people wanting to invest in personal property. But these are all just blips. I think if everyone stays calm, everyone maintains what they're doing. I think we've all been impressed about how the government has handled the situation and provided safety for everyone. And I think that's going to reflect very favorably on the region and make us stronger.
I'm curious if any of you have considered looking, across the sea, like probably towards the west, or trying to expand internationally during this time, or even considered looking at projects abroad.
Yeah, I think whenever something happens, you should always, if things are getting uncomfortable, you have to find other ways to pivot or find other ways to, because you want to maintain, secure your team, make sure you have, as you mentioned, money coming in so that you can also sustain what you have. So yeah, you have to look elsewhere as well, because at the end of the day, we're design consultants. We are able to design if you're able to design from here to Saudi, you can design from here to anywhere, right? So yeah, I have been looking at the opportunities and options of looking at projects internationally.
Yes, for me too. Long term plan, yes, because we don't know how long will this last. And as I said, we are fine for the next couple of months, and they will be still working in UAE as well. Operations will still be here, but I feel there will be less. It depends also in which sector, but I am looking abroad as well now to expand. So there are many opportunities. So I feel bad for saying this, but I do see this as an opportunity for us to expand and go abroad, because I somehow always delayed this decision of stepping out from UAE and Saudi and going out. So I see this for us as an opportunity.
Regardless, I feel there's no reason to limit yourself to one region, whether there's a crisis or not. Like, why be limited, right? It's designers in New York work worldwide, designers in London work worldwide. So there's no reason for us to limit ourselves to just the GCC. I mean, it's just that now that because this has happened, I guess it's kind of forces you to pivot and go out of your comfort zone.
But before this circumstance happened, a lot of the Western peers in our industry were looking to come here.
Come here, exactly.
They were looking, we were the focal point, and we still are the focal point. I don't believe, personally, there's a lot of work for me to do in Western countries. If the opportunity comes, absolutely, we'll take it. But I still believe in the GCC region and what's happening. Yes, there's been a hurdle that we're all having to deal with, but so is the rest of the world. And it will come back, and we just have to stick strong, stick together, and continue what we're doing, and get, probably get beyond to how great it was eventually. So look, I think all of us would say, yes, if there's an opportunity to do work elsewhere, we're going to take that opportunity. We are designers, we like to design. But I mean, from our standpoint, we're really focusing on the region and what's here for us in the region.
What about you,
Yeah,
Amber, at Bluehaus?
Yeah, likewise, I think we're also focused on the region. I mean, everything RFPs that's being received is all focused in GCC.
What's GLAZE short-term and long-term plan when it comes to supplying in the region and outside? Are you looking at other opportunities?
We are a UAE-based company. This is our home. This is what we've invested in. We have galleries across the Emirates. We're not going anywhere. And we really believe in this market, because we've been around for more than 30 years. We have seen it grow and become what it is today. So there's really no doubt from our perspective that growth is going to continue. Maybe there's a little pause, but as we saw after COVID, we're going to recover and everything's going to be even better than before. I'm totally sure of that. And at the same time, we also do have a presence, in the wider Middle East and Africa region. So we will continue those operations, but this is our base first and foremost. And, on the other hand, we're okay with, having a little pause. We can think about our inventory, we can recalibrate. It's a good thing for any business to kind of reflect and see what our strengths are and kind of hone in and focus on those specific aspects.
My other question was, how can we support each other? Have you thought about how the design community can support each other across different functions?
I think one thing that we've all got to be really careful of is not over-promising on timelines, supply, just to win a job. We're all in the same positions, we're all competing for the same work, but we all need to do it at a even, fair set of parameters and understanding. I've already seen people promising that they got ways of getting things here, or they can do things a lot quicker, and you absolutely know they're just doing it to get the job, to win the job. And we all need to be fair with each other. There will be enough work for everyone. We just need to communicate, stand strong in what we do, focus on ourselves rather than worrying about what other people are doing, and just play fair. I think that's a key thing. And that will help the industry survive and strengthen.
I mean, the communities, I think, really stood together. Everyone, I mean, we can see it from our suppliers to our subcontractors, subconsultants, everyone is kind of, we're all in the same boat, we're all feeling the same in terms of the worry, but everyone has really picked up and supported us more now than ever. I think it's really emphasizing the fact that we need to deliver to the clients, we need to uphold the quality of work, and we need to prove that to our clients as well. And everyone is really supportive and all in the same boat. So I've actually been really impressed how the teams and everyone has come together and just when we've needed to, we've got problems on projects and there's an issue here, okay fine, everyone is always willing to help and extra supportive during this time. So yeah, that's really been a pleasure to see.
Yeah, I have to agree with you that we have to support each other and as you said, play fair.
Aleksandra, so in terms of collaboration with different partners and things like that, so how are they doing as well? Have you checked in on them?
For sure, yes, because in our industry we do need to stick together and we do need to help each other regardless of the situation, to be honest. Yes, now more than ever, but I've been maintaining my relationships with other consultants, for example, and the suppliers as well, and we keep in touch. We are trying to support each other. A lot of them also have different offices, so they were also offering to provide the support when required. So there is for sure that type of collaboration as well in mind.
That's very reassuring to hear and offers a real sense of comfort across the board. Charul, as a supplier, how are you helping out with the designers in the region?
Well, one of the things that we're most excited about is we are planning just a series of events till the end of the year, really, where we're hosting the designers in our galleries, doing sort of workshops, teaching them about the material. I'm sure all of you specify the right thing all the time, but sometimes we have a little suggestion and we have some clues that can help you put all the pieces together in the best way. Another thing that we're really focused on is giving back to the students at the universities. We know that remote learning can be a bit of a drag, so we're hoping to start a competition series, give them access to our factories, to our material, just give people something to be excited about and have fun. We're in a stressful situation, but we love design. We want to be excited. We want to make beautiful things, and that's what it's about.
You touched on a good point in terms of the young designers who are still new to the industry, and a lot of you offer a role of a mentor to them. For a lot of us, this has been very unprecedented, and it's very as someone who's being looked up to as a role model, or someone who wants to pretty much go along with a similar career trajectory, what advice would you give them at this point in time?
Look, I think you've got to lead by example. No matter how old you are, I think this is a new thing for a lot of people, for everyone. But I think you've got to focus, keep calm, understand, look, observe, process information, and not be reactive. And I think that's important in life in general, but young designers, again, they should be learning the same way. They should be looking, observing, processing, and not reacting, making right decisions. So it's a life lesson that they can apply to the future of what they're doing. But yeah, people have got to lead by example, and people have. It's been amazing of seeing how people from different stages in their career have been acting, from our peers to different parts of the industry. Everyone's been very measured. There has been a lot of people that have just picked up and left and have reacted, not understanding of what the situation is or how it's being dealt with. And I think a lot of people will have some regrets in doing that. Yeah.
Long term, yeah.
So, you just, as we were saying, you just got to take it one day at a time. Deal what's in front of you, and deal with it the best. This situation will bring out the best in people and the worst in people. And we're seeing a lot of the best in people. I think it's good.
I agree, because I've seen people that stayed here. There is a lot of help and support words that I'm hearing from people. Let's work together, let's support each other. This is the time to help people. So even some of my friends, a friend of mine is a mentor, and she's doing sales coaching, and she was saying she sees this now as a time to help people, not to reach out to sell her sales strategy, but more to see how she can help people in these times. Because a lot of people that are in sales, it's a little bit odd now to approach people and start selling. So there is a very specific way how you can approach people, build relationships, and she sees now her opportunity to help people. So even within our industry as well, a lot of other partners approached with the same words: help and support.
Long term, what's important is protecting the industry. So we all have our individual businesses and what we do that we can benefit from, right? Short term are people that are just protecting themselves, that they're just taking, they're not giving back. And it's really important that we all look at the long term.
When all this happened, for me, I said, as a business owner, I feel a responsibility to stay here and support the economy, because we are part of the economy. And if we start leaving, our businesses will also suffer, the economy will suffer as overall. So for me, it was very important, especially when I saw how protected we are and how I felt really safe when all this happened, when I understood the defense system that they have. It's an amazing system, and I felt obliged to stay and support them as a business owner.
Yeah, and I think as a business owner, and to get up and just leave your team behind, it's not right. If you're going to be a business owner and you have to lead by example, so you need to be there as well. And as we said, it has been quite safe here. And I think staying calm and not panicking is the way you can, take each day at a time, and things will, work themselves out.
Amber, would you have any notes?
Yeah, definitely. I think we all feel, I'm very proud to be part of this region, and I think the leadership team of Bluehaus are, all feet, roots in the ground. We're here to stay. We're here to support the team. The team has shown great resilience, especially the younger designers. I'm very, very proud of them. They're powering through. I think there's also opportunity for us as mentors to also, there's some time in the weeks now to actually maybe work on something, improve on something. We can step down and, provide some more support and dig into things that we haven't had time to deal with previously. So whether it's improving the design process and, more communication. So I think this is something that we can use as an opportunity, that we can potentially, make something better within the business and take it ahead in the future. So, yeah.
We're coming to the close of this panel. So my last question to you all is, if you could give a small piece of advice to anyone going through the trenches right now, what it would be?
Yeah, I mean, from our side, we'll say, you can still have a beautiful space. You can still work on your projects. We're here to support you.
I think mine is to just really honestly, you have to stay calm. No one achieves anything panicking and, going around in circles. I think stay calm, take each day at a time, and, trust that we are in good hands. We are in a city, we learned that after COVID that, if anything, we know that they can definitely turn things around, and I feel safe here. I feel safe feeling that, and I think my advice is just really stay calm and trust that everyone has everything under control here.
This too shall pass. Yeah. We need to stay strong, we need to stay positive, and just push forward.
Let's take the opportunity to strengthen the industry, and just, keep calm, carry on, as they say, and there's going to be opportunity that comes out of this in a positive way, if we choose to make it positive. And I think that's important, that we stand together in what we do.
Yeah, 100%. Like opportunity in every crisis, yes. I think also just have faith, and we'll come out of this stronger than ever. Yes, it'll dip, but we'll come out of this stronger than ever.
Thank you so much for being part of this panel and making time for us. I'm sure that once we broadcast this, a lot of people are going to have a lot of learnings and inspiration from you all.
Hopefully it's over.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully it's over. Hopefully it's over.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
This is Anisha Rai from Identity signing off.